Thursday Night Showdown number 3 Earthquake in Detroit 76ers NBA and NHL Playoffs Super Troopers live on YouTube. Corrupted Thursday Night Showdown number 3 Earthquake in Detroit 76.
Sorry about that. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Justin Ruland, and I'm back again with a new video. And in this video, I am going to do a long-term review of the Galaxy S8 Plus. Now, I have to tell you guys, this phone has been... It's been pretty good. I mean, I've had issues, which we will go over, but other than that, I do have a lot of positive to say about this phone. So, before I get into my actual long-term review, I just want to point out that I apologize in advance for if my audio sounds like shit. I am recording on my laptop. Because I don't really feel like charging my iPod Touch, and I don't think it's really necessary. So, anyway, another thing before we go into the review, I just want to quickly run down the specs of this device. So, start off, we have a 6.2 inch Quad HD Plus display. We have a 12 megapixel rear camera. I don't know if I'm getting this right in the focus, but we got a 12 megapixel camera. Snapdragon 835 with 4 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of storage with micro SD card support, as well as wireless charging and fast charging, and Android 8.0 Oreo, which I will also talk about in this little review. So, let's get started here. So, I've had this device for 6 months now, since October 10th, actually. And I have to tell you, I've had a pretty good time with this device. I would say this phone has been a lot better for me. Excuse me, guys. A lot better for me than my Moto Z Force was in the year I had that phone. And I'll go over that. I'll go over why that is right now. The camera on here is brilliant. Oh, there we go. We got some notifications coming in the phone. But anyway, the camera on here is brilliant. Like I said, you got the 12 megapixel camera, and you have an 8 megapixel on the front, which is pretty average. It's okay, good enough. Obviously, it's not beating out the Galaxy S9 or anything like that, but for 2017 flagship in 2018, I would still say this camera is pretty adequate. Also, too, the processor is still pretty nice in here. The 835 has held up well over time, as well as the 4 gigabytes of RAM. I did, however, experience a little bit of lag when I initially installed the Oreo update, but that was remedied by a factory reset, and which we will talk about those because I've had to do multiple factory resets on this phone for a lot of different reasons. We'll talk about that when I get into the issues I experienced, though. And I would say so far, the good outweighs the bad of this phone. I will get into a few things. I will unlock the phone here in a little bit, because I want to talk about the fingerprint scanner. This fingerprint scanner is pretty good. It's a lot of people have been saying that they're not a fan of the placement of the fingerprint scanner, and I can understand that. But with a case on, with the case that I have, my OtterBox case, I want to say this is an OtterBox commuter case. I believe, I'm not exactly sure, but I believe it's a commuter. Uh, the fingerprint scanner is not that hard to find. There's a little kind of like a little cutout for it, I guess you could say. But the scanner's pretty quick when you get it in the right spot. I'll actually demonstrate that right now. I will go ahead and unlock the phone right now.
Phone unlocked. 12:54 a.m. Samsung Experience Home.
And as you can see, that was pretty quick.
Screen turned off. Lock screen.
So fingerprint scanner has been pretty good on here. Of course, I don't use the iris scanner or anything like that, just because it's not really beneficial for me. Neither is the face unlock. And also too, another thing I want to talk about, moving on now, is the screen. It's this 6.2 inch AMOLED screen, Super AMOLED screen. The screen is amazing. As someone who's visually impaired, normally, I don't really I'm not really worried about display, but I want to be able to see some of my content that I'm watching too, and that is no problem on this nice screen. By default, it's set to 1080p, which I honestly couldn't care. I keep it at 1080p. I could put it to Quad HD or even all the way down to 720p, but 1080p is adequate for me. I can't really see the difference, to be honest, but just the brightness and everything, and how black the blacks get with the AMOLED screen, like the black colors, it's really good on battery. Especially when you use a dark theme like I am. I believe this theme I have is called Material. I want to say it's called Material Black. I can't exactly remember. But it's a pretty nice theme. Saves battery. It's easier on my eyes. So yeah, screen's awesome. Next is Bixby. Bixby's pretty cool. I'll actually demonstrate Bixby a little bit right now, because I enjoy Bixby so much. So,
Phone unlocked. Page 1 default page.
Actually, before I do that, I just want to bring up,
Screen turned off. Lock screen.
a lot of people hate Bixby. A lot of people say that it's inconvenient, it gets in their way, and I sort of see where they're coming from. However, this isn't a bother for me. I love what Bixby's capable of. Now, I don't have too many commands set up or anything like that, but I just want to show you some basic things. So, I don't have the Hi Bixby voice wake up set. I don't have that set up. I probably should have set that up before this video. I don't really want to do it during the video right now, but anyway, I'll just hold down the Bixby key, which is below the volume down key on the bottom left. So I'll unlock the phone.
Phone unlocked. 12:57 a.m. Page 1 default page.
And I will go over some commands. So we'll start off basic here, and then I'll show you a quick command that I did set up. So here we go. Open YouTube.
Okay, here it is.
And as you can see, well, I don't know if you can. Hopefully you can. I'm not really sure. Hopefully you can see it. But there's YouTube.
Home button. Page 1 default page.
Let's see. Let's do. Open gallery.
Okay, here's the gallery.
And as you can see, there's the gallery. Pretty nice.
Home button.
Now,
Page 1 default page.
now let's do something a little deeper. turn off Bluetooth.
Off switch disabled.
Done. Bluetooth is off.
And the cool thing with Bixby
Home button.
is
Page 1 of 3. Default page.
when you ask it to perform an action within the phone,
Screen turned off. Lock
it
screen.
will actually go through the steps like you're actually like someone's actually tapping on the screen and performing that action, which is really cool. That is pretty cool. Now I'm going to show you my command. So for this,
Phone unlocked. 12:59 a.m. Page 1 of 3. Default page.
I'm going to turn off voice assistant, and I'm going to hold up, I'm going to, by holding volume up and down, which is the accessibility shortcut in Oreo. So I'm going to do that real quick.
Voice assistant off.
Okay, voice assistant's off, so I have no speech. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say my quick command that I set up, which I will do a video about in the future. I will do some more Bixby videos if you guys would like me to do so. But anyway, here we go. So here's my quick command. Make my phone accessible.
Alright, let's grant permission before using voice assistant.
Now I'm going to do this. Okay.
Voice assistant on. Voice assistant.
That is pretty cool. Very convenient. I love that a lot. I find that very, very useful.
Home button. Page 1 of 3. Default page.
Now another feature I love about Bixby too is Bixby Vision.
Screen turned off. Lock screen.
Again, I'm not really going to dive into that right now. Maybe I will, like I said, maybe I'll start a Bixby series, and we will go over that in the series. Now, let's talk about a couple things I don't like, and then we'll do a few other things. So, actually, right now we'll talk about the issues I experienced that caused me to do a lot of factory resets. So, a few times I had some Bluetooth issues pairing to my Google Home, and I kind of felt like a dummy because I don't know why I never thought about this, but I could have turned off, forgot about, I could have made my phone forget about the all the networks. I could have reset all the network settings. I know I could have done that, and I don't know why I didn't. But that's one thing I could have done. Also, I should have, I should have just done that instead of going through the hassle of factory resetting and doing all that shit. Another reason why I had to factory reset my phone a few times is because I had that issue with the Bluetooth, so I figured I would reset all settings, right? And at the time, I was running on Nougat, and so I was unable to turn on voice assistant by myself. And therefore I couldn't type in my PIN. And so what I had to do, and it took me forever to do this, is I had to get the PIN wrong a bunch of times in order for the phone to reset. And that was very, very annoying. That might have been the worst experience I've had with this device. Then the other reason I had to reset this phone is because I had this weird glitch with accessibility where even though I would turn TalkBack or voice assistant off, my phone would still think that they were on, so I'd have to double tap everything even though they were off. And so I had spoken to a Samsung technician who was really good. He was really cool. I'd called him through Samsung Plus. And he, we walked through it. He understood what voice assistant and TalkBack were. He was pretty cool. I told him I was blind, and and he walked me, and he was really helpful. And he also turned on TalkBack on his S8 Plus. I believe it was a TalkBack issue mostly. And he ended up having the same issue on his S8 Plus after he turned off TalkBack. So, you know, I spent days and days and days just trying to figure out, doing a lot of research online, what's going on, and I could find nothing. So I even, I disabled Bixby a few times to see if that was a problem. I did a lot of things. I turned off direct access. That didn't help. I turned off accessibility shortcut. That didn't help. So what I finally did is I reset the settings. I didn't, the first time I did a factory reset when I had this issue, and it reoccurred again. Sorry, guys. So yeah. Anyway, I factory reset. It was fine for like a week or two. Then it reoccurred again. So I ended up resetting the settings, and that helped. And I've not had an issue since. Then I factory reset it. Because they say after a major operating system update, you should completely wipe the device clean. Oh my gosh, my nose is kind of stuffy, or I don't know what's going on tonight. But anyway, they say you should do a clean, wipe it clean, or whatever. So I did. And it fixed the lagging that I had with Oreo, which we'll go into that now. Ever since the Oreo update, battery life has been kind of spotty for me. Now, after the last system update I had, which was about a week and a half ago, I would say, it's been kind of fixed, hasn't been completely fixed, but it's gotten a little better. And also another thing I really don't like are, this has to do with the screen. I love the curves, but finding a good screen protector is difficult. And I had a screen protector on this phone, and I don't know what happened, but it cracked. And so I had to throw it out. And, now I'm left without a screen protector. I got my OtterBox case on, but my screen is not protected from anything. So that's kind of a bummer right there. I'm looking to go and pick up a new screen protector at some point. But I kind of want to talk more about Oreo. So I had planned on doing an Oreo review for you guys. However, I was experiencing some issues. I could not seem to get picture-in-picture to work. But I will talk about Samsung Experience 9.0 and a few things that I like about it. I'll actually demonstrate some of them right now. So first I want to demonstrate the notification controls.
Phone unlocked.
So-
1:07 a.m. Page 1 of 3. Default page.
Let me just swipe down on my fingerprint scanner to get the notification shade.
Notification shade.
Now, I will scroll, and a lot of this looks the same.
Wi-Fi on. Net. Sound on. Bluetooth. Auto rotate. Flashlight. Airplane. Mode. Open settings. Button.
And as you can see, or hear, they have moved the open settings button a little bit, from what I can tell. Now, when I scroll over here,
Twitch. 12:51 a.m. Joe Green's display player of now has Battlegrounds. One other follow channel with expand button for Twitch. 12:51 a.m. Joe Green's display player of now has Battlegrounds. One other follow channel with live collapsed.
you have you got that expand button, which they've kind of updated that a little bit. They've updated the notification bundles, which you could do this in Nougat, but if I expand right now,
Collapse button for Twitch. Watch now button.
I can watch now on Twitch,
Report message text button.
report message text,
YouTube. 12:54 a.m. Lord Red Circle Battle Royal Battalion. Joe Green from Tired Hands stream. Collapsed.
and then we got YouTube.
Expand button for YouTube. 12:54. Voice assistant. Voice assistant turned on. Tap to go to accessibility settings.
And watch, if I come over here,
Notification settings button.
this used to be block notifications, but they have changed it to notification settings. So if I tap on this,
Notification chain. Notifications. Show. Notifications on home screen. Header.
we have your standard Oreo settings for notifications.
App icon badges. Show with number.
So you got app icon badges, show with number,
On switch.
and that's on. I like that.
App notifications. Header.
App notifications,
Select which apps you want to receive notifications from.
and then that's where you can choose which apps you want to receive notifications from. I don't touch that because I like receiving notifications from all my apps, so I don't bother with that. But
All apps. On switch.
as you can tell, all apps are on,
Tablet TTS voices.
and there's all my apps.
Back button. Page 1 of 3. Default page.
Now I want to show you a few features. One I don't really use, but I'm going to show you it anyway. So if I pull down my notification shade again,
Notification shade. Open settings button.
and I open settings, I'm going to go to
Connections. Wi-Fi. Advanced features. Device name. Advanced features.
Advanced Features,
Advanced features. Showing items 1 to 9 of 20.
and
Navigator. Advanced features.
as you see, we got 20 in here, which is kind of crazy, but anyway. Let me see. All right.
Search button.
So the feature I want to show you guys is Dual Messenger. Now,
Accessories. Smart stick. Off switch. Games. Money. One-handed mode. Adjust the display. Off switch. Finger sensor gestures. On switch. Quick launch camera. Phone assistance app. Multi-window. Show more than one. Smart capture. On. On switch. Palm swipe to capture. Off switch. Direct call. On. On switch. Smart alert. On. On switch. Easy mute. On. On switch. Swipe to call or send messages. On switch. Dual messenger. Use 2 separate accounts for the same app.
and that's, you know what, that could be cool for you, for anybody who uses separate accounts. I don't really do that, but I'll go into it anyway.
Dual messenger. Showing items 1 to 4 of 4.
And
Navigate up button. Use 2 separate accounts for the same app.
so you can use 2 separate accounts for the same app. So here are the apps that are supported, I believe.
Available apps.
Available apps.
WhatsApp.
You got WhatsApp,
Off switch.
which is off, and it'll show you based on the apps you have installed, which if they're supported, they'll be in this. They'll be in here.
Facebook.
Facebook,
Off switch. Skype.
Skype,
Off switch. Messenger.
Messenger,
Off. Supported apps will appear here after you install them.
and that's it. That's all the apps that I have that are supported. It looks like Twitter is not supported, unfortunately. But
Back button.
because I do have 2 Twitter accounts. But anyway,
Advanced features. Advanced features.
I also want to show you
Back button.
too.
Settings. Settings.
Previously on Verizon devices, device maintenance was pretty much not accessible. You really couldn't do much in it. But now you got the default. Now you got full control over device maintenance. So we're gonna go into device maintenance.
Advanced features. Games. One-handed mode. Display. Brightness. Notifications. Block. Sounds and vibration. Connections. Wi-Fi. Voice search button. Connect. Sounds. Display. Advanced features. Game. Device maintenance. Battery. Storage. Memory.
Okay, device maintenance, battery, storage, memory.
Device maintenance.
Now here we are. So the first option we have is
Navigate up button.
Device
maintenance.
you got the device maintenance
App issue report button.
app issue report. So if I tap into here,
App issue report. Showing item 1 of 4.
as you can see, there are 4 apps there are 4 issues. And this is basically will tell you apps that are crashing, causing battery drain, or have malware. So
Navigate up button. App issue report. Device maintenance has detected 3 apps causing issues on your phone. Issues may include malware, app crashes, or battery drain. These issues may affect your phone's battery life and performance.
okay, so we'll just see what the 3 apps were.
Android Authority. 1 issue detected. Latest April 18, 2018.
Android Authority. So if I tap into here,
Issue history.
we'll see what the issue is.
Navigate up button. Issue history. Android Authority. Total. 1 time. App crash.
So we got an app crash.
1 time. History. App crash. April 18, 2018. Disabled.
And as you can see, it tells you when it crashed.
App crash. April 18, 2018. Disabled. Last item.
So you can, I guess force stop it if you see a crash.
Back button. App issue report. Showing items 1 to 4 of 4.
But that's kind of how app issue report works. So we'll get out of there.
Device maintenance.
Now we'll go to
Navigate up button. Device maintenance. App issue report button. More options button.
we'll click here on more options, and I'll show what you got and more options.
Auto restart. Showing items 1 to 3 of 3.
We got auto restart,
Show icon on app screen.
show icon on
Show icon on app screen.
show icon on app screen,
About device maintenance.
about device maintenance.
About device maintenance. Last item.
There's your 3 options for that.
Back button.
Now
Device maintenance.
I'll show you the rest.
Navigate up button. Device name. App issue report button. More options button. 89, 100.
And as you can see, my phone is 89% performance. So we'll see what that is.
Good.
It's good, but it could be better. So
Your phone's maintenance status is good. Tap below to improve it. This won't affect your personal data.
I'm going to press optimize.
Optimize now button.
Optimize now.
Showing items 1 to 4 5.
And as you
Showing
can,
items 1 to 5 or 6.
and as you can see,
Navigate up button. Device maintenance. App issue report button. More options button. 100.
now my phone's at 100%.
Optimize header. 3 background apps closed.
3 background apps closed.
Free up storage space. 1 GB.
And now I can free up the storage space, which is 1 gigabyte. So I got 1 gigabyte of junk. So I click here,
No abnormal battery usage detected. No app crashes detected. Done button.
done. So now we'll go to,
Navigate up button. Device maintenance. App issue report button. More options button. 100. Excellent. Your phone has been optimized. Optimize button. Disabled. Battery button. Battery. 17 hours 24 minutes.
17 hours, 24 minutes for battery, okay.
Performance mode button.
Performance mode, I keep on optimized.
Performance mode. Optimized. Storage button.
Now we'll go to storage and see what's, and then we'll clean that up.
Storage. Navigate up. Storage. More options button. 21.6 gigabytes.
Oh, shoot. Okay, well, that's not terrible, but
64 GB. 21.6 gigabytes. 64 gigabytes. System user data. 21.6 gigabytes. Unnecessary data. 0 megabytes. Available space. 42.4 gigabytes. Free up storage space by deleting unnecessary data, such as cache, residual, and advertisement files. Clean button. Disabled.
oh, okay, so it's, okay, we're already cleaned, I guess. Okay, so it cleaned, I got confused for a second. It cleaned 1 gigabyte worth of files, okay. Alright. So we'll get out of storage.
Back button. Device maintenance. Navigate up button.
I'm not going to go through this whole device maintenance, but I just want to show you maybe one more thing.
Device maintenance. App issue report button. More options button. 100. Excellent. Congratulate. Optimize button. Battery button. Battery. 17 up. Performance mode. Performance mode. Optimize. Storage button. Storage. 42.4 gigabytes free. Memory button. Memory. 1.4 gigabytes free. 1.4 gigabytes free. Last up. Navigate up button.
So, okay, now we'll go to memory.
Navigate up. 1.4 gigabytes free. Memory.
So this is your RAM. So this
Memory.
is, you know,
Showing items 1 to 2 of 2.
which this should be good because I just optimized it, but I just want to show you what's in here.
Navigate up button. Memory. 1.9 gigabytes.
So I got 1.9 gigabytes of RAM available,
4 GB.
which is still pretty, I mean, that does kind of suck. I wish Samsung would do better with RAM management. I mean, I really don't, like I said, I don't have issues per se with RAM management, but that's still kind of alarming. But anyway,
1.9 gigabytes. 4 gigabytes. System apps. 1.9 gigabytes. Available space. 1.4 gigabytes. Reserved. 736 megabytes. To improve performance, free up memory by stopping background apps. Clean now. Plus 459 MB. Button.
okay, so if I clean now, 459 megabytes.
Memory.
Now we'll come here.
Navigate up button. Memory. 459 megabytes. Clean memory. Some apps may reopen automatically after they have been forced to stop running. Showing item 1 is 1. Navigate up button. Memory. Memory. Showing item 1 is 1. 1.7 gigabytes.
Now we got 1.7 gigabytes free, so that's a little better. I'm not really going to show you the auto restart that I was on earlier. I'm not really going to go through that right now. Like I said, I'm not going through device maintenance.
Device maintenance.
So we'll get out of
Back
there.
button. Settings. Settings.
Now I want to show you edge lighting, which I do use. This isn't going to be really big. I'm not really going to go through this a ton. Like I said, I don't even know if you guys can see this right now. I hope you can. I really don't know if you can. I'm sorry if you can't. This is my first time recording on the laptop, so I'm really sorry. But anyway,
Connections. Wi-Fi. Data usage. Airplane mode. Location.
we'll go to
Sounds. Notification. Display. Brightness. Blue light filter. Home screen.
display.
Display. Navigate. Display. Search button. Brightness. Slider. 59%. Auto brightness. Key track. Off switch. Blue light filter. On. On switch. Font and screen zoom. Change. Screen mode. Adaptive. Screen resolution. FHD. But. Home screen. Full screen apps. Choose which apps. Easy mode. Turned off. Icon frames. Icon frame. Edge screen.
Edge screen. Okay.
Edge screen.
Now, I use edge lighting, so this is the only thing I really use in edge screen, but
Navigate up button. Edge screen. Multi-page view. Edge panels. Drag. Edge panels. Access your favorite apps. Off switch. Edge lighting. Always.
and as you can see, mine's on always. But I want to show you an Oreo now
On. Edge lighting. Showing items 1 to 3 of
that
3.
you can change the effects.
Navigate up button. Edge lighting. More options button. On switch.
Actually, let me just press more options. Let me just press more options and see what we got in here.
More options button. Quick reply.
Quick reply.
Quick reply. Last item.
So that's where, like, if your phone's face down, I guess you can put your finger like on the heart rate monitor, and it'll send a quick reply that you set up.
Back button.
So
Edge lighting. Navigate up button. On switch. Multi-page view. When screen. Show edge lighting. Cover. When screen is on. Radio button off. When screen is off. Radio. Always. Radio button selected. Edge lighting style. Basic effect.
okay, now we'll go to edge lighting style, and it's on basic effect right now, which is what I'm going to keep it on. But
Edge screen.
I don't think you guys can see this. I'm not really sure, but
Cancel button. Apply button. Effect not selected. Color not selected. Transparency not selected.
so we got effect, color, and transparency.
Width not selected.
Width.
Width not selected. Last item.
So
Transparent. Color not. Effect not selected.
let's go.
Apply button.
Let's go to effect. Let's go to effect
selected.
first.
Showing items 1 to 6 of 6.
We got 6 effects. Let's see what we got.
Color not selected. Transparent. Weak not selected. Weak not select. Cancel button. Apply button. Basic selected.
Basic,
Multicolor not selected.
multicolor,
Glow not selected. Glitter not selected.
okay,
Glow not
glow,
Glitter not selected.
glitter,
Effect selected.
effect.
Color not selected.
Now we'll go to. Okay, sorry, I got a little confused there. I don't really go in here too much, but all right, we'll go to color now.
List view shop. Shop color. App color not selected.
And you can and then there's app color, so like it'll match the color of the app, the app itself. So let's see what colors do we have here.
Color picker not selected.
Color picker,
Color 1 selected.
color 1 I think I said,
Color 2 not selected.
color 2,
Color 3 not selected.
color 3,
Color 4 not selected.
color 4,
Effect not selected.
and then we're back to effect. Let's go to the color pick. Let's go to the color picker to see what we got.
Color 4 not. Color 3 not. Color 2. Color 1. Color picker not selected. App color not. Color picker not selected. Current. Showing items 1 to. Current. New. Hue and saturation. Color wheel. Double tap to select. Brightness. Slider. Double tap to select. Recently used colors. Cancel button. Done button. Done button. Last item.
See, there's nothing really in here because I haven't really used it too much. So we're gonna get out of here now. There's not much in here,
Showing items 1 to 7 of 18. Wrap button. Wrap button.
but I do use this
Edge lighting. Wrap button. Edge screen. Home button.
to save
Page 1 3.
battery.
Full page.
When I get a text message, I use this to save battery. So it's pretty nice. I would show you guys a lot of the clock, like the clock styles and all that stuff, but I really don't use it too much, and I don't really think it's worth it. I don't use Always On Display that much either. I know there's some updates with Always On Display, but not something I really use too much. So, and also I would show you like stuff on the Samsung keyboard, but again, it's stuff I don't really use, like high contrast keyboard or GIFs or anything like that, or adjusting the keyboard height and all that. I don't really do all that. And this video is already long as it is. I don't want to make it too long. So we're gonna come to the conclusion of this video. Could I still recommend this phone in 2018? I would say yes. If you're on a budget and you're looking for a great Samsung device, by all means pick this up. However, if you have the money and you can afford an S9 or an S9 Plus, I would pick that up, because you're gonna get a better value with the S9 and S9 Plus in the long run. It's more future proof. But if you're on a budget and you still want a great phone, this is a no-brainer. If you want to be with Samsung, this is a no-brainer right here. Especially for, it's got great accessibility for the visually impaired. And just for the average consumer, it's a great phone. So, anyway, guys, this has been Justin Erlin with the Galaxy S8 Plus long-term review, and I'm out of here. Peace.